These are not gray hairs. This is ice forming. It sucks out here. Hey, what's up folks? Jerky Jones here. So today's video, I'm just gonna talk about how I basically said I'm done living and working here in Canada in the winter. I can't do it. So I told my boss, I said, man, I'm out of here. Take it or leave it. And I made him an offer. And yeah, and basically the video is about how to control your destiny, you know. Jerky Jones here. I make my own damn rules for life. So stay tuned, watch the rest of the video, and I'll explain to you what I'm doing, what I told my boss, and yeah, why I'm getting the hell out of this country for a few months. All right, stay tuned. All right, folks, so yeah, I'm just out here taking a nice little walk, little hike through Muskogee Park up in Grand Prairie. It's absolutely beautiful out. It's a little cold. You can see this ice forming on my mustache. And that right there is part of the reason why I decided that, yeah, no, I'm done with winter in Canada. I don't like it. Never been a winter guy. So I'll just give a little backstory here quick for those that don't know me or anything. I got a job up here in Grand Prairie at the start of in the spring last year, driving a big hydrovac truck, and it's a big heavy water truck with the hose and the vacuum and all this stuff and all that. And it's good. It's a cool job, but it's stressful. Okay, November rolled around and the weather was getting real cold and crappy, and I was starting to get stressed out about winter, man, because it gets really cold up here, and the job is already stressful enough, and to be driving in ice and snow on the back roads and everything, I was just like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. Plus, I've been living in a van for 3 years, so I've saved up a little bit of money. I'm not rich by any means, like, you know, but enough where I've decided I could take the winter off and, you know, be just fine. So basically, yeah, I was getting a little stressed. So I told my boss, I said, hey, we gotta have a talk, man. So I met up with my boss at work, and I basically told him, I said, look, I said, winter's coming, and I'm starting to get nervous about it. And I said, I made the decision that I don't want to, that's not just I don't want to, I'm not going to work in the winter. It's not gonna be safe. It's gonna be super stressful, and basically I make a decent money, but the money ain't worth it. You know, it's not that great. Not with inflation, everything going on today. I can barely survive, and I make okay money. But anyways, and I said, you know, it's just not worth it, man. And I said, I wanna go and enjoy life. I'm not just here to work year after year after year. Like, I need some time off, and the winter's horrible. So I told him I think I'm gonna go somewhere warm. And I said, either take it or leave it. I'll come back in the spring if you'll have me back. I would love to come back and work when the weather gets nice again. Or if not, well, then I quit, man. And he looked at me and he said, Simon, or Jerky Jones, he's like, I don't blame you, man. I'd be doing the same thing. He's like, I wish I could get out of here. But he said, you always have a job here. He said, bring your ass back in April. So I was like, sweet, man. So yeah, I just, you know, I'm Jerky Jones, man. I make my own rules. I do what I want, whatever feels right. I'm not a slave to anyone, any employer, any government, any person. I'm a freewheeling, high-dealing adventurer. And there's this thing inside of me that just constantly needs new stimulation, new adventure. I like to see new things. I like to experience things. I get bored of places and things if I'm not being stimulated, you know, if it's just the same old song and dance and the grind and whatever. I don't jive with the grind, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm really glad I talked to him, because it wasn't much later that it started to snow, and I had to work really late one night. It was one of my last days on work, and I was driving home, and it was blizzarding, and I couldn't see the road at all, and the highway, it was so sketchy, man. And I went, yeah, I made the right choice. Like, I ain't trying to flip over a friggin' $400,000 truck into the ditch. I'm not trying to smash into someone, lose control, you know, get stuck way out in the boons for days and days. Nuh-uh. So yeah, and I just looking around. That's what the roads look like here in Grand Prairie. I'm on a path, but that's what the roads are like. You can't see anything, man. There's no lines, there's nothing. So I'm pretty sure I made the right decision. Plus, who doesn't want winters off, right? Like, come on. So actually, and then I finished work. He was like, can you work till the start of December, end of November? I was like, yeah, for sure, man. I'll finish off this month of November, which he was really grateful for. Gave him time to, you know, find some other people to replace me for the time being. And then turns out I had hernia surgery, which I've had a hernia for a little while. I think I'm going to make another separate video on that just because it's wild. But yeah, I had hernia surgery, so kind of aligned okay with me finishing in December because I was going to have to recover from that anyways. I wasn't going to be able to work regardless. And then just recently, last week, I decided that, well, I didn't decide, I did. I bought a plane ticket to Argentina for 2 months. So I'm going backpacking down in South America for 2 months. Gonna go all over, do a lot of chilling, drink a lot of coffee. Maybe I'll see if they got a Tim Hortons down there. Drink a lot of coffee, hang out by the beach, just relax and chill, just enjoy myself. So, you know, I'm not trying to brag or nothing. I'm just, this video is to inspire, you know, that like, if I can do it, man, I ain't even that special. I can do it, you can do it, anyone can do it. But also, that is the one of the perks of living in a van, okay? So I don't have to pay rent. I haven't paid rent in 3 years. So the van life has afforded me the ability to be able to leave when I want, do what I want. I could take off, I could take the winter off. If I was to just hang around here in Canada, I would be spending probably the same amount of money as flying somewhere cheap and just hanging out, living in hostels and stuff and booting around. But regardless, I just want to share this because it's all how you perceive things, man. It's the steps you take, right? It's what you do, it's what you want. And just as cheesy as it is, like, follow your dreams, you know, do it. Just Nike, just do it. You got to make sacrifices sometimes. Not everything is easy, but if you have a little bit of a goal or some foresight, try to save some money, make some sacrifices, it allows you to do these bigger, more exciting adventures and journeys and things, you know? So that's all I'm getting at. You create your own destiny. You manifest it. So anyways, folks, yeah, I'm super excited. I leave in 5 days. Gonna be bringing my camera with me. I got the cheapest flight possible. I'm not bringing any carry-on luggage, any luggage down below. I'm just bringing a pair of underwear, my camera, and my laptop, and going super cheap, budget travel. And I'm gonna be making YouTube videos the whole way because the adventure continues. It never ends with Jerky Jones. It's gonna be sick. So yeah, anyways, folks, that's really all I got to talk about. Just a little update. But yeah, like I said, hopefully just, you know, let you know it's possible, man. It's possible. So anyways, folks, that's all I got. Jerky Jones. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and the next couple of months are gonna be an adventure for sure. All right, folks, that's all I got for you. Woo. Anyways, stay tuned. All right, Jerky Jones out. Peace.